everyone, this is Lynn Wilson at Lynn Wilson Originals here in Mills River, North Carolina, and today I thought I'd come on and try a paint pour with you all. Paint pouring is a lot of out of your control. I mean, the colors kind of do what they want to do, and that's the beauty of it. It creates a very artistic look. I'm never really sure what colors to use, so today what I did, I tend to use too many colors. Like I've tried as many as 7 in a paint pour, which is a bit too much. So today I put a bunch of colors on this board here just to see how they look together. And you know, I think about, do I want complementary colors or do I want contrasting colors? So today I'm going to go with colors that are fairly complementary. I don't have any bright pinks or yellows that I'm including. They're all tones of blue with a little metallic in there. In the past, I've used this product for my pouring medium. Let's see if you can, there we go. And this is from Michaels, and it's by Artist Loft, and it's fairly expensive. So I've also heard that this product will work. This is called Floetrol. Right down here is the name, and I got this at Lowe's, and it's much less expensive. And it is also supposed to help paint flow more smoothly, more evenly. This is specifically a paint pouring medium. So for my project today, I've got a couple pieces here that I always like to have a couple of extras in case I have extra paint. And this was actually a paint pour already. You can see a little bit of the texture there. I did pinks and maroons, I'm trying to think whatever, but I didn't use a metallic. And I think I like the way metallics look in these paint pours. So today I'm going to use, this is Modern Masters. It's a metallic blue. I'm going to include that. This is by Dixie Belle. It's called Haint Blue, and it's almost a white. In fact, it's looking really white on this camera. Let's see if I can get it. A black Dixie Belle Caviar. Dixie Belle, what is this one called? I always call it Cobalt, but that's not the name. Bunker Hill Blue. And Fluff, which is Dixie Belle's white. And it's a good, paint pours are good for using up old paint. Like this Fluff has been sitting around for a while, and it's super thick. I mean, look at that, nothing, whoops, guess sun's coming out. I put the leftover amount of this Floetrol in here because it was so thick. I mean, it was sitting. And so these are the paints that I'm going to use, and I'm going to pour small amounts into these little Dixie cups and then add the Floetrol to it. And in the past, the way I tried to get cells, which is what's the really pretty parts where you have the paint separating, but I've used different types of paints in the past. I've used like a house paint, an acrylic paint, chalk paint, because I've heard that's a way to get good cells. Today I'm going to try this silicone. I've also heard that that really creates cells. So just a couple of drops in each cup. So we'll see how that goes. So let's get started. I'm going to start with my Haint Blue. So I'm going to put some Haint Blue in here. And you can see it's pretty thick. And there's no special formula for how much of the product to add. I start with a small amount and then add more. But you want it fairly, you know, fairly runny, because obviously you want to pour this. This is still feeling pretty thick. And these chalk paints, you know, Dixie Belle chalk paints are pretty thick to begin with. Like when I've used house paint or acrylic paint, I find I don't need to add as much of the Floetrol or the Flow medium. And you definitely want to get it really stirred up. I'm actually going to add a little bit more to this. So I'll do some of the Bunker Hill Blue. that's right. I said I was going to add a couple drops of silicone to each. Let me go ahead and get that opened up. Like Modern Masters metallics, they provide really good coverage, especially if you buy the ones that say opaque. And just to be different, I'm not going to put any of the silicone in this one. I don't really want this one to make cells. I'd rather see that one kind of like streaky through it. And this is Caviar. And these, I just spray painted these in this Rustoleum. It's a glossy black. So this white has been sitting for quite some time. We're going to pour each of these into this cup in layers, and I'm gonna start with the white. And then a little blue. And this blue is definitely still too thick. And I'm going to add a little black in here. What you normally do is take this and dump the whole thing in here and flip it. But I have a lot of paint, and so I'm going to see if I can transfer some of the paint out of here. Don't know, never done that before. So now let's go ahead and flip. And while that's moving out, I think I'll flip onto here. I definitely don't have enough paint for that. See if I can put together some real quick. So I'm just going to start moving this to try to help the paint move around. Starting with a coat of paint on here helps. If you were to just have raw wood, this probably wouldn't move as well. And because it's moving so slowly, that's telling me I probably should have added more of the flow material in here. So now I have this one that's been sitting here, and I'm gonna just start trying to move that one around. So I'm going to just keep moving this around until I get the entire piece covered. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I'm at Lynn at Lynn Wilson Originals, and that's Lynn with one N. And thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.